Hey, I've been having problems playing Dr. Mario World, have you?
No, but I did come from the doctor the other day, and my regular wasn't there, so there's a giant hairy ape came in to to replace him, and I couldn't really understand most of what he was saying, and he he was just it didn't seem like he was qualified for the job, almost not human in a way, if you get what I mean.
Really? Because I had a
Yeah.
green dinosaur as a doctor the other day and he didn't even have any equipment. All he had was a handbag and a first aid kit. Well, the summer has started and we got Nintendo's first mobile game of this year, Dr. Mario World. Now, this is going to be a pretty interesting podcast because I'm more accepting of the mobile games Nintendo's releasing and I think they're good ideas. But on the other hand, Ty the Guy is completely against them.
That's right.
In fact, when I first started playing Dr. Mario World, even though it was free and I didn't spend any money in the game and I still haven't, I was called a mobile shill and told shills like you ruin everything. But that's not true. Playing
Uh,
mobile games,
oh
there's nothing
man.
wrong with it. It's just another way to play games. I'm not always going to play games on my Switch, so it's nice to have a more convenient option.
I mean, what's more convenient than bringing your game on the go?
Putting your game in your pocket.
Nintendo Switch Lite. There you go.
I don't know, a phone's just way more convenient, and for games like that, everyone has a phone, not everyone has a Switch, and you can play with a lot more people, so that's what I like about the mobile games. But the point of this discussion isn't about mobile games, and it's not about what we think of them, it's about Dr. Mario World. Now, I got the
Mm.
game when it launched, which was supposed to be July 10th, but then it got released surprisingly on July 9th, which was really weird. I don't think Nintendo's ever released any of their games early. I think they did the Mario Kart 8 DLC Pack 2 a little bit early, but this was the first time that they've released a game early. So, first second I heard about it, I downloaded it, and I've been playing it since. So, what are your thoughts on it so far? Because there are a lot of good things about it.
Um, I'll give it this. The gameplay is pretty similar to the original Dr. Mario. You could flip the pills when you need to. Excuse me. Uh, you could it's Dr. Mario.
And
It's
this was one of the
fine.
games that they needed to have on mobile because the most successful mobile games are usually puzzle games, and having something like Dr. Mario on your phone is a match made in heaven. So, what I've played of it so far, I think the single player
Mm.
campaign is okay. It's nothing to write home about like Dr. Mario 64. It's cool that it's there and everything, but there are a few problems I have with it I'll get into later, but I have to say the shining point for Dr. Mario World is the versus mode. By far, this is the most appealing thing about Dr. Mario World, and it's why I keep on going back, because it is so easy just to set up a match with a friend and start playing it. Or you could play with strangers. So it's not like Mario Maker 2 where you can only play with strangers. You get the best of both worlds, and it's free too. You don't have to get Nintendo Switch Online.
That's a relief.
Yeah, so what you do is you either add someone with a Nintendo Network ID, Facebook or Line, which is pretty much the biggest messaging service in Japan and Thailand. I don't think it's really
Mm.
popular anywhere else, but considering Nintendo's a Japanese company, of course they're going to add support for that. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm having a lot of fun with it. And the best thing about Versus Mode is you can play it as much as you want. There's no stamina, there's no price to pay. You could play as many Versus matches as you want.
Yeah. Um, can't really argue there. Uh, my problem with the game is I don't know. It's just kind of there for me. I'm not really super pumped for it. Not really super disappointed. It's just really middle of the road app mobile game, you know? And I'll be honest, I'm not really a mobile gamer, so I doubt I'll be playing this at all.
I'm not really a mobile gamer either. There are a few mobile games that I've played, but I wouldn't consider myself a mobile gamer. But I do like having the option, and especially having a few Nintendo games on there. I think that's great to have. And I really like the gameplay of Dr. Mario World. Multiplayer is so much fun in it. Even though the story mode's kinda it's still really fun. I have no complaints about the gameplay. In fact, I think it did a lot of improvements to the regular Dr. Mario formula. So it is a little bit different this time. You match 3 colors instead of 4. And there are
Hmm.
power-ups too on the board. I'm not sure what to call it. I would say bottle or something, but it's really not since it's upside down. So it's a
Right.
drag and drop game. It's a little bit different than the original Dr. Mario. The pacing is a lot different than that.
It's a little bit slower. Kind of reminds me of that mode in Miracle Cure where you
It,
use the touchscreen to bring the pills down.
it was also in Dr. Luigi for the Wii U. I think it was called Virus Buster. It was just more relaxed.
Yeah, I never played Dr. Luigi, but I had the Miracle Cure demo, so
There was a demo for that?
yeah, I think there was. So I played it somehow.
Hmm,
I'm pretty sure there was a demo for it.
interesting.
Um, Regardless, though, Dr. Mario is one of my favorite puzzle franchises. Um, I still think it's weird that there's a story mode. I found it kind of weird in Mario and Dr. Mario 64 as well. Just because I don't really know if a game like that needs a story mode. I mean, just it's Mario as a doctor fighting viruses.
Well, you wouldn't think Tetris or Puyo Puyo would need it, but the story mode in Puyo Puyo Tetris is pretty cool. So it's nice to have,
Eh,
but there are
I,
some
I,
major
eh,
problems I have with the game. This is the
Gotcha
one,
elements.
that's a whole nother discussion, but this is the first one. There's a story mode, but besides saving data, what's the point of playing it if you can't play it offline? This is the perfect game to play on the go. But Nintendo
Hmm.
has a stupid, persistent internet connection that just ruins it. I have data most places I go, but if I were to play this on something like a plane or an area that doesn't have good reception, that would suck because I can't play it.
Hmm. Seems like the Switch would be a better option then. Alternatives.
You know, I get that they're trying to combat piracy, but they should just do what every other mobile game does and have you check in once a week.
I don't know. I'm not really sure why you have to sign into the internet besides like, excuse me. Besides versus mode, I guess maybe because of like weekly updates with like new like pills and stuff like that.
Well, they gave their reason
Uh,
with Mario Maker why they do this with their mobile games, and it's because to combat piracy.
how does that combat piracy?
Because it'll check the game to see if it was downloaded from the Play Store instead of some third-party place.
Oh, so that's what happened with Sonic Runners for me.
So why can't they just
Oh
do a
well.
license check? I don't get it. It's inconvenient for everyone, and it's a huge problem with Nintendo's mobile games. You're better off just playing Bejeweled or something, where you don't need an internet connection to play it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'll be honest with you. Um, it's this game is exactly what I expected it to be. Cheaper Dr. Mario with some gotcha elements. You have to use an online connection to play it, and of course, multiple playable characters. Which I'm sorry, but it's ridiculous to me. I don't know. I know you're super excited for it, but Dr. Donkey Kong?
So going on to
Dr.
that,
Diddy Kong? What's
Dr.
next? Dr.
Luma
Goomba?
could happen. There's Dr. Luma
Actually,
already.
Doc. God, man. Why? Why? Why is everyone a doctor now? I could understand Luigi, like, okay, fine. You make one more person a doctor. That's fine. But you make everyone in the cast a doctor? Like, what is this? what is this? Like, is this like
What is
Grey's
this? Who
Anatomy?
made it? Why?
Is this like Grey's Anatomy Mario edition?
So this is a part we disagree on, but I think it's hilarious how many doctors are in the game. You have
I think
Dr.
it's
Mario,
ridiculous.
Dr. Luigi, Dr. Peach, or Nurse Peach, I should say, which seem pretty
It's
normal.
actually It's Dr. Peach actually.
But then you have Dr. Bowser, Dr. Wendy, Dr. Ludwig, Dr. Wario, and Dr. Waluigi.
Don't forget Dr. Donkey Kong, Dr. Diddy Kong, and Dr. Yoshi.
Dr. Waluigi! Isn't that the best thing
Eh.
that's happened all year? He couldn't make it into Smash, but he can make it into this and getting a medical license? That's hilarious.
How
That's great.
how could how could Wendy get a medical license? And Ludwig, they're kids. Bowser Jr. too.
Well, all the
What? How,
babies have a
what?
medical license too, but they're not in the game yet. They were just data mined. The doctors that are in the game are Dr.
Wait,
Mario,
you mean
Dr.
wait.
Luigi,
You mean
Peach.
to tell me there is a Doctor Baby Mario coming?
No, not
Please tell
just
me that
Dr.
you're
Baby
joking.
Mario. Dr. Baby
Oh
Mario, Dr.
my
Baby
God.
Luigi, Dr. Baby
This
Peach, Dr. Baby Daisy, Dr. Professor
what
Patrick.
what is this game? Oh my God. What?
And it's funny though because some of the characters look like they're qualified to be doctors. They have the uniforms and everything, but Donkey Kong just has a bracelet.
So does Yoshi
No, he
and
has a
Diddy Kong.
handbag. The Luma is the laziest one. Some of these designs are hilarious, like Dr. Bowser and Dr. Waluigi, but some of them are just lazy. Dr. Luma and Dr. Yoshi, you could do better than that, Nintendo.
It's lazy in general. I mean, I wouldn't mind if you had like a staff with you and like it was the Mario cast who was, the staff of your crew. Maybe they help you out during, fighting off viruses. But to make everyone a doctor, including a Luma and Donkey Kong?
Well, he
No.
was a
I'm
doctor in the French animated cartoon series.
Hey, little buddy,
sorry.
we're gonna be doctors today.
Hey, little buddy, let's get that crystal coconut.
But besides that, Dr. Donkey Kong, Dr. Diddy Kong, and a lot of other doctors aren't in the game yet, and I was trying to say Dr. Mario, Dr. Luigi, Dr. Peach, Dr. Toad and Toadette, Dr. Yoshi, Dr. Bowser, Dr. Bowser Jr., and Dr. Wendy and Ludwig are the only doctors
Yeah.
in the game so far. This was just from a data mine, but it's still something hilarious to point out, and it's something that I'm really excited for. Here's the problem. I probably won't get to play as any of these doctors because Mario or Dr. Mario World has a gacha system of unlocking the characters and it's infuriating.
Yeah.
So far, I've unlocked 3 of them. Dr. Bowser, Dr. Luigi, and Dr. Peach. But then you
I
have
only
the
have the
issue
main 3.
of unlocking the assistants by paying 4,000 coins and other
It's a
stuff like that.
Goomba.
And you can get multiples too, which is a big problem. So if you want that coveted Dr. Donkey Kong or Dr. Waluigi, you're going to either have to grind for 4,000 coins or buy diamonds, which one spin costs roughly around $4, which is absolute insanity.
Wow. And I thought Dr. Donkey Kong's diagnosis of just eating bananas was crazy.
So yeah, not only is this horrible to have the gacha system in place, but it's even worse than Mario Kart Tours. With Mario Kart Tour, at least you could earn emeralds in the game. It doesn't seem like you can earn diamonds in Dr. Mario World. You'll have to purchase them.
Well, what do you expect? It's worked for them before. Nobody really complains about it, especially not with that Fire Emblem game that's doing so well. Except when Mario Kart gets the boot. I bet you that Mario Kart Tour is getting delayed.
It probably will because they had the beta test and they really want to make it the best possible game. But here's my major problem with
yeah.
it. Nintendo
Mhm.
said earlier this year that they can't be too greedy with their mobile games. But there's a huge problem of not just a gacha system by unlocking characters, but also the heart stamina thing. Sure, it's a little bit generous because you win a heart every time you win, but at the same time, it ruins the game for me. If I'm playing a game, I want to play it as much as I can. And having a stamina system just ruins it for me. You can decide to get more hearts by paying diamonds or having 60 minutes of unlimited play for $3. What is this, LodgeNet? You gotta be kidding me.
God, it, I don't know, man. Like Demetri said before, I'm not the biggest fan of mobile games, especially with Nintendo doing them.
Here's my thing though, Nintendo is known to innovate stuff and make it the best it can possibly be. They're kinda like Apple used to be, where they take existing concepts and polish them out. They're not like that anymore, Apple, I'm not talking about Nintendo. But let's
Right.
look at gaming. The Atari 2600 had a lot of shovelware. Nintendo pretty much saved the gaming industry by having more complex games and quality control. They revolutionized 3D gaming, and then they brought motion controls in. They revolutionized a lot of stuff, and I thought
I
they could do that
understand
with
that.
mobile games. But their approach to mobile games is not
Yeah,
good.
okay.
There has to be a happy medium, I think. Remember back
Well,
in the early 2010s where there would be a light version and then a paid version of a game for usually around $5 or so? I think that was the best way it possibly was. This was before microtransactions were really popular. And I
yeah.
think this would be the most ethical thing Nintendo could do for mobile games, and they could possibly change the landscape. They shouldn't charge
could-
$10 for a mobile game because that's overpriced.
But how
but
could they
There should
change
be
the
a happy
landscape?
medium.
But how could they change the landscape when the landscape has been created by Apple themselves? Nintendo's way too late on that. I'm sorry, but there's really nothing else they could bring to the table besides reusing and recycling what people have done already with their own IPs.
I think they should bring back the light system. Maybe have an option for microtransactions. Think of it this way. Let's say you go to a theme park or something, and there are games where you can win prizes and stuff. You can gamble and play the rigged games, hoping to win, or you could just do this. You could buy the prizes for roughly around $20 or so, depending on the prize. So I think Nintendo should do that with mobile games. Have people have the option to gamble to get characters, but also give an option to buy characters on their own, or just play the whole game for $5 or $8 or so.
I'll be honest, I don't think this is gonna sell as well as they want it to. And I don't know, Nintendo just hasn't been really doing well with their mobile division. I think Mario Kart Tour is their last shot, and I still think that's gonna fail as well.
It really
Um,
depends on how they handle that though, because if they listen to the criticism about it, it could be a success. But as for Dr. Mario World, we know it's not developed by DNA, it was developed by Line and NHL.
mhm.
And I gotta say, the microtransactions and the stamina system just kill it for me. I don't mind paying money in games. I don't know not everything can be free, and I'm totally okay with that. I would be willing to buy all the characters if I knew which ones I was gonna unlock. If I could just pay to get Dr. Waluigi and Dr. Donkey Kong, I'd be singing a different tune. But the fact that it's
You know-
gacha
yeah.
is horrible.
You know what I would like as well? A real Dr. Mario game on the Switch. I mean, that would be so great, wouldn't it? But no.
You've been going on about that, but it doesn't seem that Dr. Mario's coming to the Switch, and this is what we have so far. So,
Well, I guess it's back to my DSi or 3DS.
I would like that too. But with all of these, I want a Dr. Mario on the Switch, I want a new Mario Kart on the Switch. But these are separate games, they're not really developed by Nintendo's main division. They're fun to talk about though, and they're nice little distractions. But I think they really gotta step up and have a fair balance between the microtransactions and paying $10 for a game. $10 is overpriced for a mobile game, but having one spin be roughly around $4 is ridiculous. I think they need to
Especially,
price
yeah.
everything more fairly, and this could be a huge success. I think it will be
Espe-
successful.
Especially with gotcha elements being illegal now in some states. I think Nintendo really needs to
Well, it was Belgium
um
that it's illegal. They're trying to pass an act in the United States.
right. So I think Nintendo has to watch themselves. Um, I don't know. I don't think it's going to be that popular, to be honest with you. I think what they should use their mobile division as is kind of this marketing ground to market their games on the Switch. So, for example, let's say hypothetically there's a Dr. Mario game on the Switch. To boost sales, you would come out with the Dr. Mario World on mobile. People would play Dr. Mario World and it would have connectivity with the Switch version, therefore getting more people to play the Switch. That's how I would have done it. And I thought that was going to be the case with Mario Kart Tour for maybe a Mario Kart 9. But so far nothing. So I don't
Yeah,
know.
in the end, I think Dr. Mario World is a fun game. I know I've been yelling and screaming about the gacha system for roughly half the video, but I feel like I need to get that out there because it's insane how they're handling this. And I know it's popular with other mobile games, but they said they wouldn't be too greedy with it. But this is one of the worst examples I've seen. Looking at the positives though, this is a game that I will be playing quite a bit. It's a fun casual game to play, it has great multiplayer, and as long as you're not trying to unlock everything, it should be fine. But
Well,
the
keep in
stamina
mind,
system
yeah,
really sucks.
keep
But the
yeah.
good
I
news
was gonna.
is,
Mhm.
there's still versus mode.
I was gonna say, keep in mind that this is from the same people who said, "Oh, we tested our Nintendo Switch Online. It's good."
No, that's not
Shigeru
exactly what
Miyamoto.
happened. Miyamoto said that Nintendo Switch Online isn't backwards or something like that. But in the end,
It's
I think Dr.
yeah.
Mario World is a fun game that has a lot of potential, but they just really screwed up with the gacha system and the stamina system, making it not as fun to play. I'll be sticking with the versus mode and play a few stages here and there, but Nintendo really has to step up their game and get rid of the gacha stuff for their future mobile games like Mario Kart Tour. Maybe have it to an extent, but not as bad as it is in this game.
I'll be sticking to Dr. Mario Express on my DSi and or Miracle Cure on my 3DS.
Yeah, in the meantime, I'll play both of them. It's not gonna hurt you to play a mobile game, and it's not gonna hurt you to play a 3DS game too. They never said one or the other. But anyways, does this about
No,
wrap it up?
uh, yeah, I'd say so, unless we're missing anything.
So we went over the positives, the negatives, how the gacha system really is bad and needs to stop, but the game does still have potential. But
Right.
yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say. I've had
Yep.
fun with the game, I'm still having fun. I just wish that it didn't have the gacha system, and that's all I want. But it does, so I'm just gonna continue playing versus mode.
Yep.
Anyways, thanks for watching, I'm Demeet,
I'm Ty the Guy.
and keep calm and da-da on.